Welcome to DBS Review. Friends, when the universe was truly at peace because the threat from Goku Black or Zamas had disappeared, that was when Goku succeeded in becoming a farmer. Yep, you could say he was quite talented at this, and without the presence of the final boss, maybe Earth and the entire world would never be threatened again. Well, unfortunately that was just an assumption.
Oh yeah, right, I forgot.
Turns out DBS doesn't need a top villain to wreak havoc on the multiverse. We just need the Omni Kings and the MC. Then boom, be the chaos that's even worse than any saga in Dragon Ball.
The whole universe? Wiped out!
Welcome to the Tournament of Power Universe Survival Saga. This is an event where Goku goes from being the main character to being the main villain for almost all the creatures of the multiverse. What happened? It all started when Carrot Monkey remembered what Zeno had promised. After the Tournament of Destroyer, the Omni King wanted to hold the next match on a bigger scale. The naive Goku just thought it was just for fun and a good opportunity to train his weakened body. Unfortunately, Zeno had other ways to have more fun. Most of the universes had to fight, but the loser would be erased. Congratulations to Goku, who successfully became the trigger for this.
Let's do it, yeah!
Oh man, this is gonna be great!
So in short, all the gods who rule the multiverse are shocked, especially the 8 universes that have to participate in the Tournament of Power. Without warning, suddenly their worlds and fates are on the verge of obliteration. Even Beerus, the destroyer in Goku's universe, can no longer hide his disappointment with this mortal. This ignorant mortal ends up causing the biggest disaster in the entire Dragon Ball series.
We wouldn't be facing universal destruction if he hadn't requested this tournament in the first place!
It's truly sad. All the gods from various universes held an emergency meeting, and some places were even thrown into chaos. Plus, Goku's attitude during the Zeno Expo was truly insolent. For those gods, this mortal is the one who deserves to be eliminated by the Omni King.
So I said to Zenny, it would be great to fight all those guys!
But before we start hating Goku even more, there's one more important thing to think about. Was it purely because of a request from the MC that Zeno suddenly got a brilliant idea? Hell no. And this is the real problem. The Grand Minister finally explained that the Omni King had been worried for a long time, seeing the mortality growth rate that hadn't improved in several universes. That cute Zeno actually wanted to wipe them all out, and without any notice. Okay, so from here it seems everyone should be grateful for Goku's presence plus the tournament. Instead of having 8 universes suddenly erased, it's better to give them a chance to survive. True, the chance is slim because there will only be one winner. But Barbie thinks it's better than nothing, right?
And if it should prove victorious, granting it a reprieve?
Yes, that's pretty much the gist of it.
Therefore, it is actually better for those who participate in the Tournament of Power to accept what has happened. But frankly, it's difficult, because Goku himself also acts like a villain who loves to fight. Man, the MC really makes everything seem more complicated. So even though the gods already know the truth, he's still the most hated mortal in several universes. Well, just accept it.
I'm Goku, and I heard the other universes had strong fighters I didn't know about!
Hello DBS Mania. Goku's actions that ultimately led Zeno to hold the Tournament of Power have shaken everyone, especially the gods who manage the multiverse. And among them all, there was one who was most shocked. Who else but Beerus? That's right, Beerus was truly depressed more than anyone else. But what are Beerus' reasons for having to appear to be almost dead due to this incident? Stay in DB Info.
The question is, what's the actual plan for pulling it off?
Since the Tournament of Destroyer ended, Beerus and Whis have warned Goku and Vegeta about Zeno. The Omni King may seem cute and childish, but that's in stark contrast to his actions. 6 universes have been erased, plus 1 in the future. So imagine Beerus' annoyance when he finds out Goku still wants to meet Zeno. The Saiyan doesn't believe any of his warnings. What god wouldn't be mad at this? Just a mortal, yet so brazen and egotistical. Even Beerus expressed some regret for letting Goku act as he pleased.
Your naivety may be an even greater threat to this universe than Grand Zeno himself.
But never mind, it was too late. Goku managed to trick Beerus and meet Zeno. Now, another major problem arose. The one that had stressed him the most in tens of millions of years. Imagine being an immortal, suddenly having to prepare for obliteration. How frustrating would that be? Unfortunately for Beerus, after tens of millions of years of fighting hard to maintain his existence, suddenly the Grand Minister came with a plan to wipe out the universe. If Beerus didn't suddenly go crazy and destroy everything, then he still retained his sanity.
I do not do it willy-nilly!
Then, because the situation seemed to be getting worse, there was another thing that annoyed Beerus so much. He was being blamed by the gods from other universes. The Tournament of Power itself was the idea of a mortal from the 7th universe. So, while further information hadn't been announced by the Grand Minister, then he and his universe would be the ones blamed. What kind of god would be powerless to stop a small mortal from coming to see Zeno?
Because the 7th is the home to the mortal who caused this problem in the first place.
Plus, Beerus had already annoyed the other gods of destruction by falling asleep during the Multiverse hide-and-seek tournament. Sounds useless? Absolutely. Beerus was stressed out because he was considered the god who caused the most trouble for all of life.
Shouldn't you at least use this time to train?
Getting that riled up all the time can't be good for you.
So that's how it was. Then things got even worse for Beerus due to several additional factors. Starting with Goku's attitude, which was still rude and didn't seem to improve, the fact that their universe still didn't have a certain victory, and the news about Jiren being even stronger than a god of destruction. All of this only added to Beerus' stress, even though he didn't have to do anything anymore.
Our universe may be destroyed in mere days, so I'll do whatever I want.
Well, as for the Purple Cat, better get the other mortals from the 7th universe to sub and like this video. See you in the next review.
Or it's an omen! A really bad omen!
Hello DBS Mania, it's time to discuss conspiracy. In the Dragon Ball Super Universe Survival Saga, the Tournament of Power really had a fatal impact. How cruel Zeno was to eliminate the losing universe. OMG. But was that really Zeno's idea and thoughts?
Universe 9 of the cosmos will be obliterated at once.
Doesn't anyone suspect that the Grand Minister is involved behind this? Well, and maybe some of you are also wondering why Barbie thinks that. Because there are several suspicious points. For more details, stay in DB Info.
For those who neglected to pore through the rulebook assiduously, I'll lay out the basic guidelines for the battles.
First, let's look at Zeno's behavior. From the beginning until he announced the Tournament of Power, all he wanted was to have fun or play. Never once did we see Zeno wondering about the development of living beings, the world, or the universe. Moreover, his decision to hold the tournament was purely to alleviate boredom. It could be nothing more.
What else can we play? That is a very good question.
At the Zeno Expo, the Grand Minister stated that one of the reasons for holding the tournament was to give one of the 8 universes a chance to continue their existence. Those 8 universes had been labeled as failing to foster mortal development. They should be erased. This was based on Zeno's thoughts and decisions. Hell, when did Zeno think of such a thing?
Those universes defeated in the Tournament of Power are to be eliminated by Grand Zeno himself.
In the manga, indeed, there's a panel stating that the 2 Omni Kings were beginning to become overwhelmed with the number of worlds they owned. But that was only within the scope of the game. As for the decision to reduce the number of universes, it turned out to be at the Grand Minister's own suggestion. DBS Mania, you can read about this in the manga. So, do you still think the Grand Minister wasn't involved at all?
It is a prize by its contrast, for the universes that don't win shall be eliminated.
Secondly, think about it. How much trouble would it be for Zeno to manage 12 universes? None, because he never had to deal with them at all. Even gods like Supreme Kai or Destroyer are afraid to face him to give a report. Zeno wasn't burdened by the multitude of universes at all. Whatever happened, he remained comfortable playing in his palace, which was built in another dimension.
This game is no fun now. boring, and boring is bad.
So if Zeno said he was tired of too many undeveloped universes, that was just the words of the Grand Minister. As for the Grand Minister himself, well, he might just get bored of managing the 12 universes. Or could he have a secret plan? Who knows?
The unbridled panic and chaos on display is positively disgraceful.
The Omni King is the supreme ruler of the multiverse, but in reality, Zeno himself had to rely on and consult with him. Perhaps the plan behind the erasure of these 7 universes was to relax. Or perhaps he was afraid that powerful beings would emerge from those 8 troubled worlds and threaten his rule. In any case, he had a clearer motive for this.
I shall now read the joint royal decree of their majesties the Omni Kings.
The two things Barbie said are both hard-hitting questions and a reason to suspect the Grand Minister. Indeed, he should be suspected. Imagine, of all the gods who dislike the closeness between Goku and Zeno, he remains an exception.
Oh, Goku, thank you for your help earlier. You've cured the Omni King's boredom.
Is it because he's patient and wise? Not really. Behind his friendly smile and elegant demeanor, the Grand Minister can punish someone in other ways. The point is, Barbie isn't convinced that Zeno, who only has the innocent thoughts of a child, can think about the after effects and motivations of the Tournament of Power. Because from the announcement to the awarding of the Super Dragon Balls, it's all handled by the Grand Minister. He even saved his children from being punished in this tournament.
Except for the angels, naturally.
The bottom line is, sometimes the very best behavior is the opposite of what's inside. If Akira Toriyama were still alive, Barbie believes the Grand Minister would be the final boss in this series. Do you feel the same? Like and comment on this video.
Which is why the proposal offered by Goku of the 7th universe presented the perfect opportunity.